KO, what's up, man? How you doing? What is going on, dude? You don't know yet? You're not live right now? I know you said you were taking a step back, and then I saw you live, yesterday? Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, we're doing some lanyard beads so we can get some sold. These beads did a lot of work towards paying for the car repairs. I mean, they did a lot. No, KO, I get it. You know, back when I was hitting like 3,000 views and you were, I was like, poo. But I just kept going. Man, I haven't touched it on. What's up? Good morning. How you doing, man? Oof. Yeah, that is brutal, man. Like, I know pulling 340 views. Andre, what's up? How you doing, man? Zint, what's up? But yeah, I know hitting 340 views would hurt my pride a good bit, but I think I'd still have to keep going. What's going on, man? Yeah, this is a normal live, dude. We're just doing some wood turning on the lathe, making some beads. Well, like, you can see how my regular long form videos will hit like 80, 60, 80, 60, 100 views, stuff like that. And like, that's a real confidence shaker, but you know, we do what we got to do and we keep going. Mahan, what's up? How you doing? Brandon Baylor, what's going on? How you doing, man? Yeah, like we're doing lives where we make stuff here, man. I can't yeah, Darius, I saw that, man. I appreciate it. Solo Twin, what's up? How you doing, man? We're making some beads. We're making some glow in the dark beads. Like these guys. These guys glow in the dark. Um, White Duck, what's up? How you doing? Death Metal Sun, what's up? How you doing, man? Tad Pie, is that Tad Pie President? What's going on? We're making some beads, dude. We're making lanyard beads to hang off your knives or your backpack or whatever you want. The man quadruple low. What's up? How you doing, man? I'm doing good. We're making some beads. Narin 9470. What's up? How you doing? Solo Twin. Darius Cizaleski. Did I read it right? But a buddy of mine sells these on Whatnot. Michael CO 101. $77. What's up? How you doing, man? I nearly got it. Is it Cecilesky? MJ Date, what's up? How you doing? I'm being way too loud for being next to the mic. Death Metal Sun, we're not doing knife stuff. We're doing beads. I got to get a batch of these made so Michael can put them up on Whatnot. The man I don't have apprentices. Coding Love 167, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, the Polish names are really hard. I mean, you were right. You were right to dare me to try to read it. I appreciate that, Kaboom. Yeah, what are you guys getting into today? Yeah, dude, the man, I barely know what I'm doing. I can't handle an apprentice. Yeah, but what are you guys getting into today? Yeah, it's 5:51 a.m. where I'm at. Like, when I do these early morning streams, I get a lot of the international crowd. No, you're right, death metal. Like, there's a lot of sounds I don't know, especially when you get into like Polish and Ukrainian and Swedish and stuff like that. Yeah. You guys that are in America, any cool Thanksgiving plans? I know I don't got shit for plans. I might be going out to a Chinese restaurant or something. Ooh, I'm out of water. Hang on, guys. Cicero Alaska, what's up? How you doing? How accurate can I make these beads? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean by accurate. You talking about repeatability? Because my repeatability ain't perfect. They're all going to be a little different. Like this batch is a little bit longer than other batches have been, and that's just what happened when I cut them down with the saw. I tell you what though, I've got like 18 of these things. Which 18 of these might pull between 160 or 300 bucks. Between 160 and 300 bucks for me. Well, like KO, I thought the multicolor beads, you know, the real nice ones, I thought those would sell well. But no. They barely move. These plain glow-in-the-dark ones sell like hotcakes. How do you let someone know if your hotcakes are selling well? Death Metal Sun, it can take 10 to 15 minutes to make one of these. I'm not going as fast as I can because physically I don't want to burn myself out after 5. But I've got like 18 of these cut down and drilled out, ready to go. I'd like to finish all of them off, but I'm not sure I can. See, like right now, I'm already wearing my arm out. Oh, gotcha, KO. Yeah, I wouldn't rely on me for an exact length. I tell you one thing. Yeah, Joseph, the glow-in-the-darks are real popular. They're selling really well. You know, and I was hoping the wood beads would sell quickly because those are a lot easier to make. You know, I can zip one of those out in about 5 minutes. Hey, Kiwi Riker, what's up? We got New Zealand in the house. Sweet. If I was going to move to a different country, I'd probably pick New Zealand. That being said, I don't know what the knife and gun laws are like in New Zealand. I'm assuming they're really, really strict. KO, you're not wrong on that. Unfortunately, the only size I can turn has got a 7mm hole down the middle because that's what size my mandrel is. Trying to make back spacers would probably not go so well here. Yeah, and that's the thing is like I'm not pro, you know, I'm not for shooting places up, but I do like my firearms, and I like my target practice, which I like my semi-automatics. Number 8552, what's up, man? It's 5:58 in the morning here. It's basically 6 o'clock in the morning here for me. But yeah, like I like my firearms, I like shooting, I like target practice, even though I don't get to go more than once every few years right now. I'd love to have more free time and more free energy. Yeah, I can't imagine trying to learn something like Polish, especially like my English speaking only background. Paul Pavlov, yeah, we're not getting into that here, man. This is the wrong place for that. Yeah, you're definitely in the wrong place for that mess, dude. We don't get into politics, we don't get into religion, we don't get into shit like that. That's not what we're here for. Yeah, coding love, I definitely get it. Number 8552. That's not a good thing to get into for this stream. Oh man. I knew I should have let go and I didn't. Paul, like I said, wrong goddamn place for religion, dude. KO, no, I can't really get a 4.5 millimeter mandrel for this. They only come in like 7 millimeters and I think 10 millimeters or something like that. Because they're not for turning beads. Jam is cool. What's up? How you doing? Swifty Pixel, what's up? How you doing? Kiwi Riker, we're making some beads. We're making beads to hang off your pocket knives, your multi-tools, your backpack, whatever you want to hang a bead off of, and they glow in the dark. Crazy Mo Show, what's up? How you doing? I lost track of what I was saying, but no. These only come in a couple of sizes. They're for turning pins. They're for making pins. They're not necessarily for making beads. They work for it, but it's just a 7 millimeter size. It's going pretty good today, Jam. Arctic Adjuster, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, it's a lot of wet polishing to get this resin shined up. The resin doesn't look good unless you shine it up. KO, I make the material. This material is some stuff that I cast myself. Plasmer, what's up? How you doing, man? I don't make knives. I tried making knives, and it turns out like I don't have the patience for it. And Kit Kats, what's up? How you doing, man? But no. So the knives I've made haven't been very good. So I need to circle back around to that at some point. But it's not going to be right now. Between a full-time job and doing stuff on YouTube, I don't have any free time or free energy. Jam is cool. Like I do, we're not doing socks here because I gotta have some kind of foot protection on, which I gotta have the bottom of my feet protected. There's a lot of sharp stuff on the floor here. So right now it's just donations for the sake of supporting the channel, which nobody is obligated to do. Just letting you know what the score is there. Let's see, here we got Death Metal Sun. That's gonna be like 20 bucks, dude, because that's gonna be a lot of effort. But just a real simple plain bead, but it glows in the dark. And these things sell really well on Whatnot for my buddy Michael. And he makes money off it. I make money off it. And those between those beads and you guys, Soul Rebel, what's up? How you doing, man? These are lanyard beads for hanging off of your pocket knife or your book bag or whatever you want to hang a bead off of. But no, these beads helped. These beads helped pay for getting the wife's car fixed. Between the beads and the guys that have donated a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there, we actually managed to pay for getting the wife's car fixed, which I am immensely grateful for. Yeah, we started the stream 22 minutes ago, so I wasn't streaming for very long before you got here. Yeah, we haven't been streaming that long. Kingfire, what's up? How you doing, man? Welcome. We out here. I'm in here doing stuff on the lathe. All right, on to the next one. Darkest Depths, man, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. I really do, man. Thank you for that. KO. KO, get me, again, Jam, we're making beads. But get with me on Instagram, KO. I still gotta mail you that, what is it? That stone. I still gotta mail you that sharp all as it is. Which I shudder to think how much it's going to cost to ship them heavy-ass bitches, because I got one for you and one for Punisher. David Soller, what's up? How you doing, man? I do not remember you, but a lot of people have come through here. Maya Fano, what's up? How you doing? Ace Games, what's up? How you doing, man? See, that part doesn't take up all the time. The wet polishing is what takes up all the time. I don't make a ton of beads. I don't do this too often just because it takes up a lot of time. Like I might make 7 or 8 of them at a time when I'm doing this, but I don't do this very often. Jamie, what's up? How you doing? All right, Jam, have a good one. We will see you later. David Solar, we're making lanyard beads, man. We are making some lanyard beads. Now, one thing I've been showing the guys is they glow in the dark. Is that Trey's right? What's up? How you doing? I appreciate the sub. I really do. Is it Trey's right or Tress right? Oh, David, I hope your mom gets better, man. That's not cool. Okay, Tress the second. Cool, got it. Yeah, I at least attempt to read everyone's name right when they come in. At least right now, while the chat is slow enough that I can do that. Joseph, you can be whatever you want to do. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it, man. Oh, David, if you're subbed, man, you'll see it. Have a good one, David. Joseph, yeah, you already said that, man. Come on, be original. Is that Liam Poltney 3187? I think I got that right, but we are making some beads. We're making glow-in-the-dark lanyard beads that you can hang off your pocket knife, your multi-tool, your book bag, whatever you want to hang a bead off of. Yes. I don't have a digital readout or anything like this. It's all belt driven. It's all belt driven. It's not digital, so I don't really know how many RPMs I've got. I don't know about y'all, but my screen just went blurry. Or at least the phone that I read the comments on went blurry. Yeah, I want to get one that's got digital speed adjustment so I don't have to keep reaching back here. I got to reach in the back of this thing and move the belts around every time I want to change speed. I'd like to have one that controls it electronically, but that's a couple $100 that I don't have right now. And this thing works fine. There's no reason to replace it. It's just it would be a lot more convenient. But yeah, any of you guys got cool Thanksgiving plans or anything like that? Yeah, KO, did you bid on that really fucked up Sabenza? Yeah, Jamie, we're making beads. That's what's going on. We're making beads and I'm hanging out with you guys. $310 for that? Oh, God, no. Like I said, I would have spent maybe 50, 60 bucks on it, but not 300. Kyle Heck, what's up? How you doing, man? Yeah, it was that absolute beater on eBay. No, like I know you international guys don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but we do have some guys that are in the States with me. Um, we have some guys that are in the States with me in the chat right now. Like I don't have any plans. I tried to get some plans with one of my kids, but they got to work on Thanksgiving. I said I wouldn't have paid more than like 60, maybe 70 bucks tops for something that fucked up. But people really want their Sabenzas. Oh yeah, because you could send that in for a spa day and then get it in better shape. Nah, beater Sabenza, dude, I would have ran that through Cardboard Slayer. I would have wailed on that thing. That would have been some good videos too. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking spa day. Caleb, what's up? How you doing, man? Yeah, being able to send the Sabenza in for a spa day makes it worth a little bit more. But still, Jesus Christ, that thing was jacked up. Damn, that is good. Oh yeah, Joseph. No, no, my kid works at a Waffle House, so they have to work on major holidays. Which I'm not sure how long I could hold down a Waffle House job, but it seems to be something that they're good at and that they're able to stay at for a long time. Which my kids aren't known for holding down a job in anywhere for a long time. No, I'm not using polishing wax. This is a wet sanding system that goes up to a really high grit. So it's just water and those wet polishing pads. There's 9 of the pads. There's 9 pads in the system, which I'm on number 9 now. So the grit just gets finer and finer on it, but they use their own grit identification system. They don't stick with like the same grit you would get for sandpaper or something like that. So like by their number, it's like 12,000 grit or something like that. But I mean, that's the bead. It's real simple. It's real straightforward. I got you, Kyle. Yeah, my next new knife day is going to be here Saturday or earlier. USPS runs early for me, so like they're usually a couple days before their estimated time of arrival. So my next new knife day is probably going to be the between the 27th and the 29th. Yeah, if I can make it through all like 18 of these, then we can probably do some fancier multicolor things. But I tell you, I really didn't want to stand in front of the lathe that long. Ghosts, what's up? How you doing, man? I appreciate that. KO, how many is the Sabinza the new Kershaw leak for you? I've debated going to Waffle House. I don't know which one they're at. Ghost, I appreciate the like and sub. Oh yeah, Kyle, you were talking about that, and then we were talking about how long it can take to get a custom knife done. Yeah, that's part of why I don't plan on having a custom build done unless it's by a close friend of mine named Josh. Um, Yeah, like I don't have the patience for that. Like I got Amazon Prime grade patience. T6324, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. The Lulu Clips, what's up? Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Wow, Kyle, yeah, that's a fast turnaround for a custom. Oh, that took a bite out of it. What you doing, KO? Boy, this one fought me. Yeah, at some point I got to clean all this shredded cheese up, but I don't want to right now. See if we can sand this into submission. Huh, I wonder how that'll work, KO. That's neat. Biz, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, throw that in the ocean with all your old car batteries. Kyle, it doesn't really work like that. This stuff ain't gonna melt. I tell you what, though, what I don't want to be patient on, and I got to be patient on, is I just mixed up another batch of this with the most glow in the dark powder that I've done so far. Really wish I didn't have to wait like 24 hours. I want to see. I want to see how they turn out. Dracula 3322, what's up? How you doing, man? We're making some beads. This one ain't my best work, but it might still sell. Yeah, I need to get my time off request in for Blade Show like now. Yeah, KO, I would like to I want to hook you up. Like I said, I'll probably throw one in there with that sharp all whenever I get that sent out. JA Ja 2808R. Not acrylic. We have got a two-part epoxy resin. We got two-part epoxy resin with a lot of glow-in-the-dark pigment in it. I appreciate that, KO. I'm glad I got the car fixed too. That makes so many things so much easier. She glow in the dark. Okay, Kyle, KO, I'm not sure how long the glow lasts. Not sure how long the glow lasts, I'll be honest. I know I've had some where it was still glowing the next morning, but I'm not sure how much powder was in that particular blank. Kyle, the exhaust resonator was clogged to all holy hell and back. Ja, this is going on something. A buddy of mine sells them on Whatnot for me. So it's probably getting hung off of somebody's knife. But yeah, the exhaust resonator was clogged, and there was a whole fucking mess trying to get that fixed. I've got a part I've got to send back to Amazon that was like 300 some odd bucks. Alex Hopper, what's up? You can be a channel member all you want. Just go check out the channel and join. Yeah, how you doing, Alex? Boss Gaming, thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. Alex, we're making lanyard beads. Brando, what's up? How you doing, man? We're making beads to hang off of your pocket knife or your book bag or whatever you want to hang a bead off of, and they glow in the dark. So I'm making these for a buddy of mine that sells them on Whatnot for me. I'm trying to make a few extra bucks going into the holidays. I've got like 18 of these blanks ready to turn down. I've already gone through 3 of them now. Just got to finish getting this one polished. Kyle, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I'm not destroying my socks. I'm not wearing socks, but I'm not destroying my socks getting them coated in these resin shavings. No, I'm wearing flip-flops. I just got to protect the bottom of my feet from all the sharp stuff on the floor. And I don't feel like fucking up my closed-toed shoes with all this resin either. Oh, nice. Yeah. Looking at the weather for the year, from what I've seen, what happened, KO? Did it work? But from what I've seen, north of the Mason-Dixon line is supposed to get like a really, really heavy snowfall this year, like a lot more snow than usual. And then down in the south here, we're supposed to get... KO, that sounds like it. But we're supposed to get like a lot less snow than we normally get, and we might get snow once every 4 or 5 years here, which kind of sucks. I want to see some snow, but I also don't want to deal with everything being put behind schedule like a week or more at work and the kind of mess that happens. Because we already get like 2 trucks worth of like we'll get somewhere around 13 to 17 pallets of product on a normal day that when I come in that I got to deal with in the morning with not enough people, which one of my people quit without notice. So now we're down a set of hands. On top of it being the holidays and the extra large trucks that we're getting. So you, Mr. Skellington, what's up? How you doing? You know, if it snows, we get those double trucks in and they are backed up. We may get like 4 trucks in one day, which would be like 25 to 30 pallets, and there's no way to get caught up on that. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I don't want another warm ass winter where the yellow jackets don't ever die. Like, I genuinely don't want a warm ass winter where the yellow jackets never die. I got some projects in the yard and I don't want to stumble across. Z the Prophet, what's up? How you doing, man? We are making some lanyard beads today. But I got some stuff in the yard that I need to do in an area that I haven't maintained in a couple of years. And I don't want to stumble across a yellow jacket nest, although I've got a feeling they're probably out there. Ganzo, yes, I have a... No, I don't have a cordless drill. My backyard hasn't been maintained in a couple of years now. It's overgrown to hell and back. And for those of y'all that don't know, in the South, yellow jackets love areas like that. And I don't want to find a nest. No, I've got an impact. Why are you asking, Ganzo? That's a weird question. But yeah, like once you let an area like that go completely feral, yellow jackets like to build nests in areas like that, and then it gets out of control. The front yard has been, at least it's been mowed quasi regularly, so that it doesn't get too overgrown and we don't start getting letters from the HOA. But I still had a nest of sweat bees show up in there, and I got stung. And then it's like I don't want to go back out in there anymore because, like, I've got a real bad phobia, like real bad phobia with yellow jackets, bees, stuff like that. Just because it's probably because I've been swarmed. Was it twice now? The first time I got hit, I think 22 times between the nest and the house and safety. Um, the last time I can remember, it was only 5 or 6 times, but it was still, that's still enough where you don't want to go back out and deal with it. I don't think we have bald-faced hornets, but here we are for you guys that are new here with another glow-in-the-dark bead. The hair-faced hornets are the seductive ones. See, this is the thing. I don't have the energy to really stand here and do like 15 or 20 of these in one go. Like, I'm already running out of steam. I like barbecue gun better. Jonathan Grittenberg, what's up? How you doing, man? We're making some beads. Yeah, I try to say everyone's name right when they come in. Yuck 5778, what's up? How you doing? Neil Bell, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, the Grettenberg tripped me up a little bit. I had to read it about 3 times. Joseph Elmore, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, we're definitely making a mess here. How bad did that chatter mess me up? Not bad. This stuff shouldn't be chattering. That's weird. Oh, damn, Kyle, I appreciate the dedication, man. Joseph Elmore, what's up? I appreciate that. Yeah, if I see somebody working on a lathe on YouTube, I will stop and watch it for at least a little while. But yeah, like with hornet's nests, I get that spray that's good from like 20 feet. I'm not doing that gasoline cup. Fuck that. Of course, we get wasp nests here, not hornets so much. The last wasp nest I had was inside the door of my truck. You know, I opened the door, I'm going to take my kid and their significant other or emotional support human, whatever you want to call it, out somewhere with me, I forget where. And there's a wasp nest hanging in the door of the truck. I was like, nope, we ain't doing this. All right. Why don't we polish this under the black light? Okay, well, at least you tried. Nope. I don't need a cordless drill. As irregularly as I use stuff like that. Um, the battery would be dead every time I wanted to go use it. Like I've got a cordless Dremel tool that I might use once every 2 or 3 years. Evil Twin, what's going on? Kyle, I don't have any Black Friday plans. Just kind of checking my Amazon wish list and seeing if anything pops up. Like fixing the wife's car ate up almost all the money we had until I get the part, which that was the thing I was talking about earlier, the parts issue with that front resonator. Um, Thank you for that, Evil Twin. But with that resonator being jacked up, going through the dealership, getting it fixed would have been like $2,300. So I go on Amazon and I buy Joseph Elmore. We're making some beads. We're making some glow in the dark beads to hang off of your pocket knife or your book bag or your whatever you want. But yeah, the car's fixed. But I go on Amazon and I find a kit that has the what looked like a complete kit for about $300, right? I take it to the shop and they go to install it, and it's missing the front resonator. The front resonator was not in the kit, so I go on Amazon and look, and every single kit's missing the front resonator. So the guy that was working on the car had to go look for a used resonator to put on there, which still ran us like $1,200. So pretty much all the money that we had is tied up in there, and I got to return the part that I bought to Amazon, which means I got to print out a label, and I'm hoping my printer still works and the ink isn't dried out, and then get it brought up to the UPS store. Chris Shadow, what's up? How you doing? But yeah, it might have been it was a Chinese product, but I needed my car fixed and I didn't really have a lot of money, so it's like, you do what you got to do. Yeah, watch this. Yeah, I love ordering stuff on off of Amazon, but like there's nothing on my wish list. It's like I've got a ton of knives on my wish list, but I got so many that I got to review and do edge retention testing on and everything else that buying yet more of them is not really going to happen, even though I had one that dropped a couple of days ago, and I went ahead and jumped on it as soon as I saw it because I didn't want it to sell out. I didn't want it to sell out before I could get mine, and I've been looking forward to that knife for, well, since June. Been looking forward to it since June. This is a knife review channel. It's just we also do this. So like, if you go look at my regular videos, they're all reviews on knives. If you look at my other live streams, we're doing edge retention testing on knives to see how well the edge holds up to cardboard. This is just a little side project. Dan Stan, EDC, what's up? Joseph, I appreciate the sub, man. Thank you for that. Dan Stan, how you doing, man? We're making lanyard beads, Dan Stan. We are making lanyard beads. And as you can tell, they're glow-in-the-dark lanyard beads. I just decided to screw with them under the black light. Truck Norris needed a new radiator about the time the car started acting up. As a matter of fact, I believe, yeah, we replaced the radiator when the car went under, because we knew the radiator needed fixing, needed replacement. We had no idea what was wrong with the car. So I have a blacksmith shop, but I haven't done any forging in a few years now. Kind of mental health went screwy on me. Yeah, both of them were running, but when I tried to fix the car, I snapped some bolts and I immobilized the car. So I had the radiator in the truck fixed, so we had at least one working car. And now we finally got both of them up and running. Yeah, mental health has gone sideways on me a few times. That's part of why I disappeared for a couple of months. Work stress and everything else pushed my mental health into a bad spot, and I just could not bring myself downstairs to do videos or do anything else. Which I got several regular videos lined up that I have to do, and I'm still trying to work on forcing myself into the studio or into the war room to make some videos. And I'm doing good to get live streams done. Yes, PB Blaster was involved in fixing the car. It's again like I was throwing out my daily short, my pocket check videos, and even then it's like, you know what, there's no point. So I've got to take a look at, I got to do the review on the Spyderco Manix 2s and looking at how those did. I got to do a video on the Best Techman Cicadas wing so I can carry it. I've got to do a video on the NAF's Lander 5. And I've got to do the video following up the Cardboard Slayer session on the Manix 2 with the Maximet steel. I'm going to tell you right now, the Cicada's wing so far is really good. Just sitting there playing with it, the action on it is phenomenal. There is not a brewery called Knives, I guess. There is not. Oh, gotcha. Because I was like, wait a second, no. There's no way in hell. I made a blackberry custard, which is really fucking good. My backup 2663, what's up? How you doing? Oh, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I appreciate the gift, man. Thank you for that. But we're making some glow in the dark lanyard beads. We're up to 4 so far. Yeah, they glow bright. I'm not sure how long they glow, but they glow bright. Yeah, so for those of y'all that are just getting here, ugh. A friend of mine sells these on Whatnot. And so I'm getting these turned down, a nice big production batch of them. Oh. so I can earn a few bucks. Thanks a lot. What's going on? How you doing, man? We are doing some lanyard beads that glow in the dark. I'm just trying to do some turning under the black light because it looks cool. Gigalobo, what's up? How you doing? Brother, I cannot read your name, but I appreciate the sub. Thank you for that. No, so I'm not making knives. What we're making is lanyard beads to hang off of your knives and stuff like that. Like I tried knife making for a while. I'm not very good at it. So this is a review channel and do testing on them and stuff like that. And then doing beads here is a little bit of a side project. Okay. That's enough black light. I gotta see what I'm doing. Yeah, sorry the new lubricant isn't working out for you, man. Boy, it's going to take so much work to dust myself off when this is done. Oh. The Warrior's Angel, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. God, what a mess. Well, I would have assumed that you only wanted grease on your assisted openers just because you really can't get in there and re-lubricate those things without taking the whole thing apart. Oh, the Warrior's Angel, I am doing good. The white stuff is shavings from wood turning. In this case, I'm turning down resin to make beads. Yeah, the Warrior's Angel, stay as long as you want. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Bronco too, but that's a lot of bad memories. Hey, I appreciate the sub and I appreciate the like. Thank you for that. Huh, geese. Gooses. Around the cabin, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, these shavings are from turning a whole bunch of beads. I just haven't cleaned up in a long time. I gotta empty the shop vac out and I don't feel like it. Oh, I hate getting sick with those things. Jesus Christ, it sucks. I mean, getting sick sucks to begin with, but those things are. Ugh. The Warrior's Angel. These are lanyard beads. I mean, there are beads for whatever you want a bead for, but the primary use for these is to hang them off of your pocket knives or your multi-tool or your book bag or whatever you want to hang a bead off of. And these things are glow in the dark. So what I'm trying to do is make a large batch of these things so a buddy of mine can sell them on Whatnot for me. I don't know about y'all, but when I'm sick, I like being left alone. Yeah, they glow in the dark. Yeah, I like being left alone in general, but when I'm sick, it's just like, don't keep asking me if I want something. Don't keep trying to force care on me. Let me pound my Tylenol. Let me load up on blankets and sweat it out, and I'll be fine. You know, the wife gets it. She'll ask if I need anything, and if I don't, she just kind of lets me be. The ex-wife was real bad about. She had to play nurse and had to try to make me not sick anymore, and wouldn't leave me alone. It's like, you're driving me up the fucking wall. I just want to be under blankets, and I just want to sweat this out. That's all I want. You know, it's like telling the ex-wife to just leave me alone and let me be sick in peace with some kind of deep, profound personal offense. It's like, no, I just want to be left alone. That's all I want. All right, you guys. Yeah, they are really highly polished. It's kind of hard to show on camera because that solid color like that doesn't show the gloss whenever I hold it up here to look at. So it ends up looking, it doesn't show the gloss. But yeah, I'm trying to make them as glossy as I can so that they look as good as possible. And when they're sold, whoever gets them in hand is happy with them as they can be. Tell you what, let me dust myself off and we'll go to the war room for a little while. I gotta sit down. Yeah, Brando, I've got the air compressor and the blowgun for it, but I don't want to that thing up while we got the camera going. All right.
Garage door. Okay. Oh man, it feels nice to be sitting down. I don't know why, but I can't stand in front of the lathe for that damn long. Tell you what we can do though. We can start in on some 1095. Yeah, and part of it is I'm standing still and not moving around that much. We were at it for a little over an hour and a half. All right, we'll take a 166. The Warrior's Angel, we're going to do some edge retention testing. We're going to see how long this knife can cut up cardboard before the edge is totally fucking wrecked. But we're going to give it about 4 minutes here before we start so I can let my back kind of rest a little bit. Now, see, this is more in line with what we normally do on a live stream. It's just the beads are kind of a side project. Yeah, I don't think KO is gonna pay to ship something out and have a spa day and then wait for it to come back. Although it's a Sabinza, so maybe. Is this thing sharp enough to do notebook paper? Yeah. Not happy about it, but it will. And KO, like I know you saw, but we haven't heard anything back from Jin Knives yet, which is a little disappointing. Yeah, it's real disappointing that we haven't heard back from Jin yet, because I sent that message like a week ago now. And I also emailed them and I haven't heard anything back either. I may try a second email and just start a fresh email and see what's going on with that, and maybe that'll work. I don't know. Yeah, like I was looking forward to seeing the I guess so come out, but you know, I got that touch of death. It's not the first time something like this has happened. Yeah, KO, like the only caveat to that is I don't have the kind of money to dump into a project like the one you're talking about. I don't got it. God, I don't like this knife. All right. Let's get her fired up. Pretty much. I mean, that was something I was talking about on the last stream is, you know, I almost had a line of e-liquid in shops going through a company paying me to use my recipes. And they shut their doors right after telling me which flavors they wanted to license out. I was just like, man, you're shitting me. You're shitting me right now. Joseph, no, I do not like this knife at all. The only reason we have it is so we can do edge retention testing on the 1095 and see how it sharpens up. Like, that's it. Okay, if you get a knife design put together, you know you're going to get a live stream, you're going to get a ton of views on it, or at least should get a ton of views on it, a bunch of sets of eyes on it, and of course, the edge retention will be tested. I'll tell you what, I want my Growler XL to show up. I am not patient. And how much money did you say you're in on having that first 50 pieces made? Or how much do you plan on being in? Yeah, that's a hell of a lot. Especially trying to get 15 grand back off of 50 pieces. That's, whew. Yeah, how much are you looking to sell each one for, KO? Okay, 450 is not terrible for something custom made in batches that small. I mean, 450 is totally out of reach for me. Yeah, like I'm hoping that goes well for you, because I mean, getting yourself established as a maker like that can be huge. Is that Yozo Rayo? What's up? How you doing? H4MZA, what's going on? How you doing? We're gonna go Hamza, just to make that easier. Hamza, what's up? How's it going? Brett Chambers, what's going on? How you doing? We're doing edge retention testing on this Condor Krakatoa. We're looking to see how much cardboard we can cut up before the edge is completely fucking wrecked. And I do mean completely wrecked. Joe Bob, thank you for that. I appreciate it. KO, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I tell you one thing, these thumb studs are going to get fucking wrecked when I go to sharpen this. They are going to get absolutely wrecked. How do I do what, Hamza? Oh, if you look next to chat, there's a little gift and a $sign. The $sign is for donations, and then the little gift is for gifts. Buck Myers, we just started this about 10 minutes ago. The gifts generate rubies, which generate cash for the channel. I think they're worth like a penny or something like that each. The Condor Krakatoa, you've got to find online. I bought this on Blade Binge, but I do not recommend buying it. The knife itself sucks. The only reason we're using it right now is because it's got 1095 steel, and we haven't tested out 1095 steel yet. Antonio Albino, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. Brett Chambers, Australian $2. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, the jewels are some kind of smaller chunk of income than the gifts are. Haracat9, what's up? How you doing? Raja Waffle, what's up? How you doing? We're doing edge retention testing. We're looking to see how much cardboard we can cut up before the edge of this knife is just completely fucking wrecked. The razor blade pocket knives, they're very useful, especially if you don't want to have to sharpen something. That being said, they're not my style. Definitely not my style. But there are also some environments where you're just cutting too much extremely nasty stuff where you don't want to have to, yeah, that's what I was saying, Evil Twin. Like, if you're doing a lot of real nasty cuts, then the razor blade pocket knife comes into its own because you're not destroying an edge on a knife and you don't have to keep sharpening it again and again and again. Ratatouille Rat, what's up? How you doing? You're not going to donate $500 anyways, so it doesn't matter. Patrick the Philosopher, what's up? How you doing? Oh, God dang it. No, but, you know, that's not an original thing. Yeah, good morning, Patrick. Magasaurus, what's up? How you doing? This is the Condor Krakatoa. The knife itself sucks ass, but we got 1095 steel that we can test out. Yeah, the Walmart knives are cheap, and they are made cheap. I appreciate the sub, man. Thank you for that. Yeah, we try to keep it cordial until someone comes in acting like a straight-up ass. Didn't they catch a reasonable amount of disrespect? Yeah, I remember you talking about the guy donating $200, which is wild. Magasaurus favorite knife? Buck, I appreciate that. But if I could only carry one knife for the next 6 months, it would be the Devo Growler. Devo knives, they make some great shit. Like, I am a huge fan of Devo knives. Camillus, I want Camillus to be good, but they make junk. Camillus makes junk. You talking about the Kaiser sheepdog, Buck? Because I got to tell you, I'm a huge fan of the Sheepdog XL. Megasaurus, guess what? I have a Devo Growler XL ordered. I have a Devo Growler XL and 80s camo carbon ordered. Trust me, I jumped on that as soon as they dropped. Like, it was within the first, I think it was like 17 minutes after they dropped, I had mine ordered. Like I said, I got mine ordered in the 80s camo carbon, but I have one of the prototypes of the Growler XL upstairs in my good knife drawer. I have got a prototype of the Growler XL. And that one is in the purple. There is smoke because I like nicotine. Yeah, I've got to do a new state of the collection video. And that's going to be like a 45-minute to an hour-long video. I've done one before, but the collection had different stuff. My favorite number, I don't know, 5, at least 3. Finksy, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, the green lights are voice reactive. I have no idea what Serif number 5 is. Yeah, they've always been doing that. But yeah, I know Camillus used to make better stuff, but oh, gotcha, KO. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens if that comes to light. It's just that $15,000 price tag, man. That's painful to look for. Bronco 107181, what's up? How you doing, man? We are doing edge retention testing. We're looking to see how much cardboard we can cut up with this knife before the edge of it's completely fucking wrecked. Is what we are doing. Yeah, win. I have a lot of cardboard. Ben, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, so that $15,000 price tag is painful to look at. Speedy Sai, what's up? How you doing? All right, Patrick, have a good one, man. I appreciate it. Hey, people watch it. You're watching it. Biz, what's up? How you doing? Speedy Side, thank you for that. I appreciate it. No, I did not hear about DoorDash Girl, but you know, the growler is again one of my favorite knives I've ever handled. And I have a Growler XL that I've had since June that I've gotten to handle and play around with, and I really, really like it. The Jayco X2K, what's up? How you doing, man? Thank you for that, Speedy Sis. Apparently, we got Team Bingo Warriors in the house. I was at Blade Show in June, and I bought one of his prototypes. You know, I've gotten the Kermit before. Matter of fact, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Well, user, your name's impossible to read. But yeah, here is the Growler XL with the purple wave on it, and I've had this since June. I said I really, really like this thing. But this knife right here, I picked up at Blade Show in June. And then this knife came from Blade Binge used. Speedy Sis coming through with the gifts, man. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you running yourself out of gems here, man. I thank you for that. Yeah, I've got a prototype of the Growler. Kevin said it's the V2, and I've got a prototype of the Fireball in red camo. So I had a prototype of the Fireball for a long time before they came out. Yeah, like I've got a production version. I got a production version of the Growler. I got that with the white G10. Or micarta, or I'm not sure. I was at Blade Show and I saw the Andrea Mincing. What's up? How you doing? What was I saying? And then I got a production run version of the Fireball, and I got that in 80s camo carbon as well. So I'm hoping like the picture they put up on White Mountain Knives of the 80s camo carbon is like the most underwhelming picture of 80s camo carbon I've ever seen. So I'm hoping the one that I get. Yeah, we are doing edge retention testing on some 1095 steel. The knife itself is absolute trash. It's dog shit, but it's 1095 steel, and this is the only 1095 steel that we have. Thank you for the Sunday user. I appreciate that. KO, do I want to know? Are they going to be like $1,000 or something? I'll be honest. The Devos feel really good in the hand. Like they feel really good in the hand. That's the biggest thing. And like the Growler is probably the most comfortable. The Growler is the most comfortable knife in hand. Have a good Thanksgiving, man. I appreciate you. But the Growler is the singular most comfortable knife that we have had on Cardboard Slayer so far. All right, user. Kiwi, have a good one. Yeah, like I said, I'm hoping I got a lot of color in my 80s camo. It's like if you go look at that picture on White Mountain Knives, it is the most underwhelming picture of 80s camo I've ever seen. Kiwi, thank you for the gems, man. I appreciate it. Yanston, what's up? Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Oh, Yanston coming through with the gems. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. We got a flower. We got another flower. Nehemiah 67, what's up? How you doing? We're doing edge retention testing. We're looking to see how long we can cut up cardboard with this knife before the edge is completely fucking wrecked. Narek, what's up? How you doing? Is it Narek or Narek? Narek. Trish Schwabenbauer, what's up? How you doing? That's a long one. Yeah, like you would have thought they would have pulled a much better example with a lot more pop in the color to try to push that. Kiwi, what's up? Alms is cool. What's up? How you doing? Oh, we are wasting the edge on this thing. It's going to be wasted. But yeah, $500 for a prototype. What did you say they were going to cost each to make? I don't think I saw that. Yeah, on Devo's site, the camo carbon does indeed look good. Eben Holmquist, what's up? Or Ebby Holmquist, what's up? Anthony Jones, thank you for that. I appreciate it. It depends on the type of steel as far as how long it takes. I don't know how long this is going to take because we've never done this steel before. Narek, we sharpened it as much as we possibly can. Jackson, what's up? How you doing, man? We're doing edge retention testing. We're looking to see how much cardboard we can cut up before the edge of this thing is completely wrecked. We are destroying this edge. All right, Brando, appreciate you, man. Have a good one. We have done both MagnaCut and LMAX. MagnaCut did this for 9 hours straight. LMAX did 5 hours. I'm sure it snowed. Yeah, we got a little bit of snow one time. But yeah, that's Google K7C. What's up? Thank you for that. But yeah, whew. And of course, you know I'd love to buy a prototype. I collect the prototypes, but I'm not going to have $500 to throw at it. Narek, the little gift emoji or the little gift right next to your chat bubble. Billy Wonka, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, I used the YouTube Premium deal. I didn't want to have to pay for it, but Dino, YouTube. Yeah, Dino YTYT, what's up? How you doing, man? I hope it's Dino, or is it Dino? Yeah, KO, I'd love to collect a prototype, but I'm not going to have $500 to throw at it, sadly. Google, man, thank you coming through with the gifts. I appreciate it. Let's go. What's up? How you doing? Yeah, we did the Hogue Deca and MagnaCut, but I tried making my own knives for a little while, and it turns out I'm not very good at it. So I need to do some more work on that. But right now I don't have a lot of free time to do that. Kiwi, you got to calm down with that. Quit spamming. Uzak, what's up? How you doing? God, this hollow grind does not like cutting. Marini One Waffle Cat, what's up? How you doing? How you guys doing today? Yeah, I don't have any obsidian to make a knife from, and I think the problem that I would have doing this with it is the slightest bit of twist, slightest bit of kick out this way, and you're going to snap it. Waffle Cat, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Dino, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. No, there is no obsidian literally on the street here. Yeah, we've got a hollow grind on a Scandi, and hollow grinds don't like getting pushed through cardboard that much. The hollow grind provides a lot of extra resistance. Dim Designs, what's up? How you doing? We're doing edge retention testing with this thing. We're looking to see how much cardboard we can cut up before the edge on this is completely wrecked. We've never done 1095 steel before, which is on this Condor. Which, again, I don't recommend trying to find one of these Condors. This knife is just generally speaking trash. But it's the only thing we got with the 1095. Atlas Borin, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. That's just a vape, man. That's nicotine. Yeah, Narek, you already said that. Yeah, I'm reading everything as it goes by, you guys. However, it's kind of tricky when you're trying to answer 3 different questions at once or hold 3 different conversations at once. Like, that stuff gets tricky. I love D2, but I've gotten a lot of bad D2 recently, so I don't trust it anymore. The cardboard gets recycled. Cardboard gets crushed and recycled. Predator Seeker, what's going on? How you doing? It's high in fiber. Waffle Cat, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Craw Diggity, what's up? How you doing? That's a good screen name. Lorak, what's up? How you doing? It's not fire starter. If I needed to start a fire, however, I would definitely be using this. God, celery tastes awful. USSR Bagel, what's up? How you doing? Hang on, let me try to read this. Sell Washam, 1139. What's up? How you doing? Yes, you don't have to type the stuff twice. Brandon Gant, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, y'all hit that like button. Let's see if we can reach 100 likes today. Ziggy Brooks, what's up? How you doing? I just told you I'm reading everything. You don't have to type everything until that you think I read it. Yeah, Ziggy, I'm doing okay today. Doing a live stream, hanging out with you guys. Big back in training. What's up? How you doing? I hope I got that right. Hey, 69. Nice. Likes. Funny number. My favorite knife, I have mentioned it before, but I don't have one specific favorite. I got too many in the collection to pick one, but if I had to carry one for like 6 months, I would definitely have to say, Kitty Bites, what's up? How you doing? The Devo Growler. All right, guys, we're up to 72 likes. Yeah, Ziggy, I try to say hey to everybody when they come in. I do my best. Hang on, Crawdiggity. Cheese in general is good. Cheese in general is good. But I've got other Josh, what's up? How you doing? I've got other favorites like the Cold Steel Mayhem, the Hogue Deca. I like my bug outs. You know, I like them all for different reasons. I don't have any sharp cheeses. Narek, I've got one piece of cardboard that I keep gluing it back together. All right, Ziggy, have a good one. Cockaboom, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. We're doing edge retention testing. We're looking to see how much cardboard we can cut up with this knife before the edge is completely fucking wrecked. We are destroying the edge of this knife. Comrade Doggo, what's up? How you doing? Gotta get your own cardboard. All right, KO, man. Have a good one. I appreciate you like always. Hey, sharp cheese is good. All right, Ziggy, we might still be here in half an hour. All right. All right, big bag training. We'll see you later, man. Jacob, what's up? How you doing? We're just slicing up cardboard until the edge of this knife totally gives out. We're looking to see how long it takes. Although I'm probably going to shut this down in about 10 minutes here so that I can go get something to eat because I am hungry and tired. Shimrius, what's going on? How you doing? Shimris? We're gonna go with Shimris. Yeah, I am I think we're gonna close the stream out now so that I can go get something to eat. I am tired and hungry. But I appreciate y'all for being here. I appreciate the sub. And keep an eye out. We should be doing another live stream in a week here, maybe a little bit less. And then I may come back and do another one later today, making some more lanyard beads. So y'all have a good one and take care. I will see y'all later.